Hi there, this is Patrick Roddie. It is April 24th, Wednesday, 2019. And I just want to give you a little update on what's going on with me. I used to run stopsprayingus.com and webry.com, and those sites are no more, unfortunately. It's a long story. I won't go into all the details, but here are the main points. In November, I suffered a severe brain injury after a fall. It's called a traumatic porencephalic cyst. This resulted, when it was finally checked on December 27th, I had a 4 centimeter diameter cyst behind and above my left eye, about here, which goes almost all the way across my front left lobe, my logic center. So since then, I've been operating with my right hemisphere alone. Unfortunately, I had the misfortune of having my building bought by a rapacious landlord, the Prado Group, whose business model is to evict long-term rent-controlled residents. I've been in my building since 1994, and they got rid of me. It didn't help that the judge quadrupled the amount that I needed to pay to stay for 1 week extra. They demanded a month's rent instead of 1 week's rent, and I was evicted. I may have lost all my property, and that sucks. There are some misconceptions about my situation. Many people believe that I am, all kinds of things. One of the things, oh yes, I am on drugs. That's not true, never has been. Yes, I've smoked marijuana. It's legal in California and many states. But I've never taken an opioid. I've never been prescribed an opioid. I've had Novocaine at the dentist's office, and codeine in cough syrup. Anybody who injects drugs, frankly, these days is a moron. The fentanyl and other really scary drugs are in all kinds of things, and it would be foolish beyond measure to take any of those. If you look at the death statistics on that, it's ludicrous. I'm squeamish with needles. I would never do such a thing. However, while I've been convalescing, I have been taken advantage of by many people and robbed. I've been around people who do take drugs, but I have never taken drugs. I mean, like I said, I like weed. That's it. I smoke cigarettes. I don't drink alcohol. And it's been rough. It's been rough. I'm not going to attribute this to because of my activism, or the eviction was clearly a money thing. They want to. I was paying $1,300 for this palace right in Pacific Heights, which I'd been living in since 1994. And since I've gone, another 8 tenants have been kicked out of that same building. These are very bad people. Whether I'll be able to take legal action against them for retaliating against a tenants' rights advocate or whatever, I don't know. But here's my situation. I'm not in San Francisco anymore. I'm not going to say where. And I'm thinking I'm done with all activism, and I shall leave. I will go elsewhere, work as a house painter, and rebuild my life, which is not going to be easy at 53 years old and with no money. So what I'd like to do is, see if there's anything that can be recovered from the mess that is San Francisco, my property. By the way, the reason I was able to do the activism that I did for the last 10 years was when my father died, he left me some money. and a considerable amount, and I spent all of that, not most of that, on equipment, rainwater tests, attending conferences, and instead of working, I was an activist. And that's expensive. $300,000. So rainwater tests cost $100 a piece. There's 50 of those. There's all my equipment and so on, the time lapses and all that sort of stuff. I put a lot of work. I put skin in the game. I traveled. You've seen my work. I went to Paris. I went all over the place, Turkey, everywhere. Yeah, I got help from some of those things, but I was not being supported financially, and that was stupid. And I don't think I'll do that again. I've been, frankly, abandoned. But that's okay. You know, live and learn. What I'd like to do is live a humble life and do it elsewhere. The Bay Area is too expensive. Somewhere east of here, perhaps. I can paint houses. I'm good with my hands. I think I'd be a good gardener. Landscape. I'll be a manual labourer. I'm still healthy. I'm actually very healthy. I'll spare you the long sob story of losing my cat, losing my car, losing my computers, my everything. But I'll be fine. You know, much worse things happen in the world. I mean, when I was up in Reading, looking for Samantha, she's still missing. Hopefully she's still alive or whatever. There are people who lost everything in the Paradise Fire. I have my health. And as I convalesce, as I regain my whatever I lost here, my brains are very good at remapping themselves. Trust is going to take a little longer to rebuild, but there are some good people. And if you're listening to this, maybe you're one of them. So once I figure out what the best thing to do is, I mean, first of all, recover. I need to recover. I mean, I'm eating well. I have somewhere to sleep. I shall reassess and move on from there. It's been interesting, to say the least. And I've been too trusting. And, you know, I mean, my excuse is that I lost my logic center, at least temporarily. But I'm not a stupid man. But I'm much more cautious than I was. I'll be much less trusting. And I could use some help. If somebody needs a house painted in Arkansas, you know, fly me to Arkansas. I'll paint your house if you let me stay in it while it's being painted. And then I'll move on from there. I'm not insane. I'm not a drug addict. I had a serious brain injury. I'm still recovering from that. So be patient. Perhaps I'll be able to recover my data, but I'm not even sure if it'd be safe to share that. Because this series of unfortunate events might have had something to do with that. There are good people in this world, and there are less than good people in this world. I've been poking the less good people in this world with a pointy stick, and perhaps they poked back. Or maybe I imagined it. I am, after all, a conspiracy theorist. Oh, by the way, Echoplex, I love the cosplay professor thing. And don't judge me on my last video on YouTube. I was very upset. The judge had quadrupled the amount that I needed to raise in 40 minutes to save my home. And I was angry. Of course I was. If your entire life's work and home is just ripped away from you by what appeared to be a corrupt legal system, that stung. And once I get access to my medical records again, I shall. I'm gonna publish parts of my medical chart that showed there were no drugs in my system the entire time I was locked up. On the word of one liar, with a vested financial interest in getting rid of a troublesome tenants' rights activist from their building. I never lost my temper. I was never violent. And the allegations that this man made against me are extremely slanderous and quite easily disproven. There were no witnesses. My blood work proved that he claimed that I was on all kinds of drugs. And I will sue, maybe. Or maybe not. Or maybe I'll just leave. But it is not worth my life to fight this. So anyway, here I am. I'm Patrick. I'm the same Patrick as before. Recuperating Patrick. I've lost some weight. By the way, the shaving thing, I was actually going to auction my beard. If I can find that, maybe I can raise some money with that. My car's been stolen. Hasn't been towed. It's been stolen for some reason. I don't have any contacts. My address book was on my phone and my computers. Those have been stolen. Maybe, I don't know. I might be able to recover those. I hope I can. But I want you to know that I'll be fine regardless. I'm just a bit sad. PayPal still works, by the way, if you'd like to help me out. PayPal.me/Patrick Roddie. And again, I'll spare you the 5 months of misery I've been through. I think I'm at the other side. If this has been done to stop me being an activist, lesson learned. I'll stop doing that. I'll say, oh yeah, those are vapor trails. I may believe otherwise. Actually, I won't say that. I won't lie. One of the side effects or something of this experience is that I am now bound by integrity. I can only tell the truth. And that is incompatible in this world. That's sad. But I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. But if you'd like to help, if you know someone in the Bay Area has an extra car they're not using, somewhere, anywhere, maybe has a place for me to live, to be a dog sitter, building manager, or something. I have many skills. But I have nothing in terms of finances. I refused to take public assistance because that is money that is taken by taxation, which is taken by force. If things are freely offered, I'll gratefully receive. And there are one or two people who are still good, who I've been able to reach. And yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry this is such a depressing video, but I want you to know that I am not some crazed druggy lunatic shyster or whatever. And I've lived and I've learned. What the next chapter of my life will bring, I don't know. I'd like to be reunited with my cat. If someone living near Reading has a place, I can, go to Cottonwood and see if I can find Samantha. It's unlikely. It's been, since December. I haven't seen her. I love that cat. I will not give up on her. And then just leave. So anyway, that was depressing. I'll give you a website, but they're all down. All been deleted. All my... whatever. I won't dwell on the past. The future is what matters. And I am not the most... Others have suffered way more than I have. And I would not presume. I'm alive. I have my health. I'm recovering. And we'll see where it goes from there. So again, sorry for going on for so long, but this is Patrick, and I'll give you an update if and when there's anything to update on. But basically, I'm clean. I've never been a drug addict. Look at the death stats for overdoses. I'm not stupid. And be well. Look after yourselves, because you never know what tomorrow may bring. Thank you, and bye for now. This is Patrick, and if you'd like to help, go to paypal.me/Patrick Roddie, and maybe I can dig myself out of this hole. Thank you so much. Bye for now.